Aetherdrift is dropping this weekend, and it took everything in me not to make a Too Fast, Too Furious pun here. So instead, we're going to do our best to not release the Dreadnought. Big thank you to Superscripts Comics and Games for allowing me to open a box for their stock. So if you see anything in this video you might want to pick up for yourself, head down to the description. A link to their store is there. And hopefully, I see you around. We're getting right into it. We're just going to crack open a Play Booster box here, thanks to our friends over at Superscripts Comics and Games. They allow us to take a look at the cards a little bit sooner. So if you're interested in any cards you see here, head over to their website linked below and pick some of them up. We have a Play Booster box here. We also have a couple extra box toppers that we will be cracking along with this. So stay tuned for those. And as always, we're going to take 6 packs out of this box, and we are going to do a pre-release mock draft for the set. So we're going to grab 6 random ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never take from the top row. Never take from the top row. Somewhere in the middle. That's a good place. All right, so we're going to save the box toppers for last and take a look at what we have in there. But for now, let's get right into it and just start ripping packs. I think these are packs with rares in the back. Don't quote me. I haven't looked at... Oh yeah, I'm right. Look at that. Rares in the back. So, Beast Strider Vanguard, Nibble Thopterist. I haven't looked at the full set. I've definitely done a little research to figure out what is kind of top tier and what to look out for when it comes to drafting. But Molt Tender's going to be a little fun for graveyard decks. Paragon, we got our first Verge. That is good to see. So there's rare number 1. It's going to be, what's that up there? The Sun Billow Verge. It's great to see the finish of that set. Honestly, the Verges are great. Well, that's a cool little art piece. The Verge is a great land cycle. Very happy with them. Windscar Crag, it looks like we're getting that reprinted, and our foil is Archfiend. I'll sort these out later. We're just going to pull out rares and stuff like that. Keep on cracking. So how are you guys feeling about this set? It's very heavy in the vehicle theme, which is nice. It's different. I like the death race aspect of it a whole lot. It was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. Definitely watched that too many times for my safety. But I really like that that movie. Count on Luck. Look at him. That card looks a little washed out. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks a little lackluster in color compared to the one online. So hopefully no printing problems, But yeah. The set by itself seems interesting in its own little world. I don't know how many of the cards are going to actually make it out of it. There's actually some interesting commanders that we got that we'll probably be building around here shortly. Specifically, Mimeoplasm. I got to make a graveyard deck. It's a requirement. That's like pretty much all that I play. Cloudspire Cycle. This is going to be great for Boros decks. And then first full art is going to be Heart. I don't think I've seen this card before. Wow, that was brand new to me. You may search your library for a mountain. Oh, I did. Okay, you know what? I didn't see the alternate art for this. I know exactly what card this is. I take that back. Just some basics. Nothing crazy. So she's going to be our next rare. That's a really cool art piece. I do like the alternate art in this set. Pretty nice. I like where they're going for a lot of these alternate arts. They're different. They're mixing it up, and there's a lot of different art strategies when it comes to creating stuff. Interface Ace is going to be pretty big. Watch out for this card when you draft or do limited, because saddling twice or mounting twice for toughness of 4 for a 2-drop. I don't know. Pretty good. Pretty good. Of course, a 9/7. Green has like the biggest creatures of the entire set. But that's just pretty much in line with green, in all honesty. Fearless Swashbuckler looks like it's going to be our rare for the pack. Haste vehicles you control have haste, and whenever you attack, if a pirate and vehicle attack this combat, draw 3 cards, and that's actually really good. Wow. Swashbuckler doing work right there. My goodness. Haunted Network is going to be our foil. It's also going to be very great in Dimir. Very key card to get the Dimir strategy rolling. Now, nice little ping amount that you're going to be getting from draining them, gaining life, really slowing down the game. Just pull that out so we don't get tripped up. So I thought it was another full art and I got excited. Scurryfoots, Mangler, Mustang, Gunner, Terror, Lag, Diver, Harrier, Cloudspire Coordinator, another good card for Boros, Plow Through, another good card for Dimir. Ooh, first mythic. We got a Gearhulk, the Rakdos Gearhulk. I like the finishing of the set of the Gearhulks in this. Menace Death Touch, whenever this creature enters, put target creature card with mana 4 or less from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control with a finality to counter it. When this creature or that creature gains Menace Death Touch haste at the beginning of your next end step, exile that creature. That is a whole lot of fun. Menace Death Touch haste. The only downside is to exile it, but you can just mill, flicker it in and out, and make a bunch of really annoying big creatures that get swinging for some big damage. Menace Death Touch is not something to mess with at all. So yeah, Gearhulk finishing this set. We got a really nice, cycle of lands. So the support cards in this set is great. I love it. It's just really, really leaning on the vehicles. So I don't know how many of the vehicles themselves will leave the set and not, just be draft fodder. But I'm interested to see what happens in Standard and how some of these cards could be slipped in. Web Strike Elite is going to be our rare for this. I don't think there's anything to note seriously about him. To destroy mana value, enchantment, X or less. So, but you have to cycle it to destroy it. Other than that, it's a 2 mana 3/3, which is pretty good for draft. Pretty efficient with a reach. That's actually really nice. And then you also have removal on top of that card, so that's a pretty good draft card. Hazard of the Dunes, Buccaneer, Mechanic, Ironclad, Launcher, Trip Up, Mammoth, Vulture, Bloom Scholar. Okay, we got one of our first foul roads of the set, or the vehicle lands. Sacrifice and Craned Up, Pilot. I think that's what all of them do, which will be nice support in order to crew up some of these really big, creatures and vehicles that they have. Beetle, pretty cool vehicle, nothing to scoff at, but it's not crazy. Sloth is going to be a really card inside of Limited and Draft. The untap all permanents, and it gains indestructible until end of turn. 5/5 indestructible, and it's only saddle 4. This card right here, gonna be good. Grab that whenever you do a vehicle deck in White, if you have the opportunity. Mustang, Gunner, Terror, Heavy, Sarcophagus Rocket, Druid Summoner, Sloop Raider, Captain, and then Burnout Bastronaut, that's a tongue twister. Max Speed, it's going to be one of the new mechanics for the set. You got to have no speed, start your engine, so 1-drop, start your engines is really good. Because you want to get that going as fast as possible, because if you don't, then you kind of lose a lot of speed when you're playing through the game. But this creature has double strike at max speed, which is alright. I mean, it's not bad. Menace double strike could be pretty annoying to deal with, but I think the real benefit here is a 1-drop for your start your engine, so you can get that max speed going as fast as possible, because at minimum is going to take to turn 4, and you need to be able to be sure to hit it on turn 4, otherwise you're going to be pretty behind when it comes to that stuff. Light Shield, Parry, Metal, Pilot, Jaguar, Bounce Off, Course, Tortoise, Lynx, Oblivion, Vendetta, and then Lumbering World Wagon. I almost said World Dragon. This vehicle's power is equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever this vehicle enters, you may search your library for basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. 3 mana tutor, and it gets pretty big. By the end of the game, you don't really have a crap ton of land. So then we got a next one. We've got a double rare pack, and we have another Verge. So 2 Verges so far. Yeah. That's pretty fun. Kind of sad we only have 1 mythic out of 8 packs. Might have miscounted, but you know what? Grimbauble, Wings, Surveyor, and Artillerist, Remover, Oh, we had a, what are these called? Special guest now? Thoughtcast? Fitting for Articast, draw 2. That's going to be nice. That's also just really nice art. I like that a lot. But we got another mythic. That's great. Barrage, another Sloth, and Last Ride, double mythic pack. Look at that. Let's bulk it into existence. Apocalypse Runner, that's also some really cool art. That's a really good pack right there. I like how they did the hollow on the letters back there. Wow. Also a good card for Rakdos strategy whenever you draft. Target creature you control with power 2 or less gains lifelink until end of turn and can't be blocked. I don't know. Seeking and damage. Seeking and damage. Surveyor, Engine, Surveyor again. Crash and Burn, Strength, Tortoise, Surveyor, Voyage Home, Boost Buggy, Back on Track. And then we have Raceway, which is going to be another rare land. Start your engines, really good, because, you know, again, turn 1, start your engines is great. And then just taps for colorless. Primarily, you want this for start your engines. So if you're doing a start your engine strategy, right there, that's what you need. Or, you know, a 1-drop, 2-drop. Most cards, I believe, are in the non-rare slot 2-drops for start your engine. So turn 5 is as soon as you could potentially hit max speed. But it's a little limiting. I don't know how I feel about the turn-based constricted type mechanics. So if there was a way to potentially like increase your speed aside from doing the damage, this would be a little bit different. I'd feel a little differently about it. But I feel like you're limited when you do start your engine, when you're drafting and stuff like that. Unstoppable Plan and Mascot. We have the Good Boy, the new Good Boy, District Mascot, and Unstoppable Plan are 2 rare pack. Beginning of your end step, untap all non permanents you control. Untapping everything, great. District Mascot, this guy just gets bigger and bigger, and they can remove counters from him and destroy target artifact. Ever-growing creature on top of artifact removal in a very artifact-heavy deck. Count me in. Good card. Pothole Mole, great for Golgari. There we go. I forgot the guild there for a second. Enchantments, Aether Jacket, Fuel the Flames, Memory Garden, Dune Drifter, Dredged Insight, Repurposing Bay, and Burnouts. Bashonauts. Is that a rare? I didn't realize it was rare. Oh, yeah, it was. But that's for our foil. We got another one of those. And Repurposing Bay. Sacrifice an artifact. Search your library for an artifact with mana value equal 1+ to the sacrifice mana value. Okay. I know exactly what card that is like in green, but I can't remember the name of it. Eldritch? Eldritch something? The sorcery? But I think that's +2. Very similar to that. Very similar to that. Quick Weld, Specialist, Wrangler, Broken Wings, Spectral Interference, Wreckage, Matrix, Stock Up, Thundering Brood Wagon, Tactics, Dawn Tyrant, Explosive Getaway is going to be the rare. Sorcery, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature and return to the battlefield under your owner's control, beginning your next step. Deals 4 damage to each creature. Oh, so that's nice board wipe. 5 mana for a near board wipe. The only downside, it can only happen at sorcery speed, and a lot of vehicles won't be hit by that, so you'd have to bait somebody to crew their vehicle and hit it with that. It's alright. It's alright. Spectral Interference, Ride's End, Catalyzer, Grim Bobble, Omnivore, Surveyor, Aether Jacket, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is back in standard. Rollerblades, Transit Mage. We have the finishing of the TR mages for tutoring and stuff like that. Ooh, alt art. Gearhulk, Oil Deep, Demir. Lifelink, Ward 1. When this creature enters, look at the target player's hand. You may choose a card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Wait, did I read that wrong? If you do, that player draws or discards that card, then draws a card. Discard strategy. I like the alternate art. I like the alternate art in that. Plus, it's just Demir, right? I love Demir in general, so nice to see that. Oh, there's our first max speed token. This is what I mean, you know. it takes a while to hit that 4 max speed. It can only happen once a turn. On your turn, I should say. It only happens on your turn. Chevalier, Mole, Serpent, Assailant, Goda, Aether Jacket, Enhancements, Rocky Roads, Refueler, Earth Rumbler, Pit Automation, and then we have dude. We have 3 Gearhulks so far. 3 Gearhulks. Oil Deep. So, and they're different. Like, it's not like we're getting the same Gearhulk over and over again. Coal, Oil Deep, and Pyrewood. So far, up to 5 mythics from the box. I don't know what curve is for this set, but I think we're doing pretty good. Specialist, Terror, Lag again, Quick Will. We're just going through the commons really quickly. Ooh, that's cool. Ripclaw Wrangler. I love the alt arts. Another Verge. 3 Verges, 3 Gearhulks. If we keep that trend up, maybe we'll hit the entire set of the Verge and all of the Gearhulks. 1 box? Is that a dream? Are we dreaming right now? Oh, Pilot, Greatness, Bounce Off, Parry, Metal, Gravestalker, Column, Canyon Vulture, Mammoth, Reef, Haunt Ride. Look at that. It's nice. And then rare is going to be Thopter Fabricator. That's definitely a new one. When you draw your second card each turn, create a color Thopter. Very easy to do because it always wants to draw cards. It is discard, draw card, aggro. So, be a great card in that. Run over, in general, that's just a great card. Whenever you draw your second card, and you do that in Commander, you're always drawing your second card. If you're not drawing 2 cards a turn, what are you doing? It's Commander. Run over, Optimizer, Rambler, Blockbuster, Rat, Rocket, Sarcophagus, Aether Hive, Thrill Seeker. Then we have another Terry. Hello, Terry. Demonic Junker and Perilous Snare. Looks like our rares. Yes. Put that over there. Put that there. Demonic Junker. Let's see this. Affinity for artifacts. When this vehicle enters, each player destroys up to 1 target creature that player controls. If a creature you controlled was destroyed this way, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this vehicle. Crew 2, too. So, like, this could be pretty big, 6 mana affinity for artifacts, crew 2. That's pretty solid, Start your engines at turn 3. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this artifact leaves. Max speed, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. Tab, just put a +1/+1 counter. Is really nice. Plus, you get to exile something. So this would be usable. Definitely usable in a limited or draft as removal. Plus, if you hit max speed, then you can just make things bigger over time. Yeah. Ironclad, Shortcut, Mole, Keen Buccaneer, Daring, Trip Up, Wreck Remover, Push the Limits, Reef Roads, Guardian, Voyager, Glide Car, and Market Walker. Another double rare pack. Very nice. I don't even know what this looks like over there. Yeah. Voyager Glide Car. When this vehicle enters Scry 1, 1 mana, Scry 1, very nice. Tap 3 untap creatures you control until end turn. This vehicle becomes an artifact and gains flying. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. That could be nice. Ever-growing crew 1, so it's pretty usable early in the game. And then it just scales over the game as you get more creatures. Very nice, very nice. Market Back Walker, the next iteration of Ballista something. You know what I'm talking about. I'll put it up. But yeah, pay 4, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. I'm sure Graveyard and cost reduction decks are going to love this for Commander. I haven't done too much brewing with this. I've thought about putting that in Agatha. Agatha would be nice because you just dump mana into it and then get rid of it somehow. But Agatha doesn't have a whole lot of sack outlets, so it's really a give and take there. But that'd just be nice in, graveyard decks in general that want to sack things. Vanguard, Thopterist, Disciple, Celebrations, Spinout, Ace, Ketradon, Runner, Moment Breaker, Serpent Seeker, Samut is going to be the rare, which is going to be one of the commanders that people have been talking about, I believe. The Driving Force, First Strike, Vigilance, Haste. Start your engines. Other creatures you control get plus X plus 0, where X is your speed. Non-creature spell you cast costs X X, where X is your speed. Cost reduction and growth all on a card in Naya. That's just exactly what Naya wants. Plus First Strike, Vigilance, Haste. It is a 6-drop commander, so it's a little on the expensive side. But other than that, you get your payoffs and you get your bonuses. Good card. Potential commander that I will be building. Potential commander right there. I don't know if she has any alt arts. I'm sure she does. Gotta look those up. Scooter, Artillerist, Gravestalker, Greatness, Bike, Diver, Raceway, Oblivion, Pathmaker, Vendetta. Ooh, he's Hazard, Godseeker. I think that's how you say that. Don't quote me. Another mythic. Indestructible Haste, start your engines, turn 2, very nice. Pay 1, target creature powerless, can't be blocked this turn, very nice. Can't attack or block unless it has max speed, so you're not getting this until turn 5 or turn 6, something like that. Unless you have something else you can start your engines faster. But Indestructible is the next iteration in the God lineup, so very cool. I think people like the Orzhov one more than him. I think. Don't quote me on that. Rise End, Catalyzer, Grimbauble, Omnivore, Surveyor, Stall, Compactor, Mako, Tender, Tyrants, and then Bloodghast. Bloodghast is back in Standard 2. Was it in Standard? I'm pretty sure it was in Standard at one point. Had to be, right? Bloodghast. This creature can't block. This creature has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. Whenever a land enters, you return this card from the graveyard to the battlefield. 2 mana, 2/1. It's a good card right there. And then Varma, Exhaust. There's been quite a few brews I've seen of this, and I think it relies around the other card that allows you to pay multiple or use Exhaust multiple times. Because Exhaust can be a little restrictive, since you can only activate it once, not once a turn, just once in general. But this would be pretty interesting as a commander, and just like pump up and swing, and then sacrifice it and do something else. Because it makes everything a base power X, which is her toughness. So get her up to 9/9. Everything's 9/9 with counters on top of that. So I'm sure it's Simic, so you're going to be running counter generations on top of that. So big swings all around from her. Rambler, Blockbuster, Engine Rats, Scurryfoot, Mangler, Night Market, Guardian. I think we have an alt art. A little creeping back there. Ascendant, Courtyard, Units. Oh, alt art, Good Boy. I think that's what that is. District Mascot. Yes, it is. Alt art, Good Boy. That's a little creepy. I'm not going to lie to you. And then another Explosive Gateway. That's a pretty solid box, in all honesty. Hit a lot of rares, solid amount. There's multiple packs where you get multiple a turn, or multiple pack. And then we had a pretty good spread on Mythics. On top of that, we hit quite a few Verges. So, like, all in all, it was a pretty solid box. The only downside to this is the boxes now are 30 packs instead of 36. So, 6 less packs. But what we've all been waiting for. The box toppers. Let's get into it. Gotta be gentle with these. I always fear that I'm gonna bend these because they're so like hard to open. Oh, this is actually pretty easy compared to the other ones that I've opened. Anything good? I don't know what's in front. I think the hit's in the back. Ooh, foil island. That actually looks really nice. Now let's see. Ooh, another Gearhulk. Let's go. Are we gonna? We could potentially hit every Gearhulk. I think we need one more. I think there's only one left. I really do think there's only one left. Well, that one's in the fancy, you know, what is it? First? Something first? Gold? So, I don't know. We'll see. I think we only need one more Gearhulk. If my memory serves me correctly, we need one more Gearhulk to hit all of them in this opening. Mountain. That also looks ridiculous. Ooh, that is one of the commanders that a lot of people want, I think. The centering is a little weird on that. Or it just has massive borders. I can't really tell, but Zahur, Glory's Pass. Start your entrance, sacrifice another creature's surveil 1. Activate this only one turn, max speed whenever a non-token creature control dies. Create a tapped 2/2 black zombie token. Very good. Very fun looking commander. Man, those borders. Big. Or is it just me? I feel like they're massive. Open these. I feel like, oh my gosh. Forest. Oh. Spectacular Pileup. I don't think that's a stellar card, but you know what? It's gold. It's fancy. I think we're one off on hitting all the Gearhulks, but you know what? Good pack. Good cards. I have no complaints. Like I said, the only weird thing I see is like the borders on these things are massive compared to other ones. Like, look at that. Well, I guess it kind of lines up with the extra red, but you know what? I'll stop. So that's it. Thanks to our friends over at Superscripts Comics and Games, we were able to open this. They're located over here in Lakewood, Ohio. So be sure to check them out if you want any of these cards, especially the fancy golden ones that we have right here. Look at these. Head down to the description and you should be able to pick them up, and they will ship Friday when everything officially releases. And on that note, I'm going to go get ready and do our pre-release draft that we're going to be doing here in a second. So if you want to see that and how to build a pre-release deck, head down to the description and check that out, because I believe that's going to be out first before the pack opening. But yeah, see you in the next one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the stream. If you want to pick up any of the cards you just saw Aaron open, you can stop by Superscript Comics and Games, located in Lakewood, Ohio, or check us out online at superscriptohio.com. Take care.